We also have an oversight function or presiding over the affairs of the traditional institution of FCT, where we have 17 chiefdoms, and that also extends to the over 858 communities that are domiciled in the 17 chiefdoms within the 6 area councils. So for lack of better words, the Area Council Service Secretariat is the grassroots secretariat. So in the presidential priorities, we are able to create a link between the state and area councils, or in this sense, the grassroots.
Hi, great leaders. My name is Princess, and this is Come Interact with Ómó Pbat, a platform where the people connect with the leaders through the renewed hope agenda. On today's episode, we have a great leader, a mentor, a father, and a great politician with us, Honorable Bitrus Lawrence Garki, the first son of FCT and the newly appointed director for the City Boy movement.
Thank you very much, Princess Mariam. Am I correct, Bola?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Please, sir, could you tell us a bit about yourself and your political background?
I'm a Nigerian, first and foremost, from the North Central, Middle Belt to be precise. I hail from Garki, known by my tribe Pei. I'm a Bagi by tribe, and come from a family of 4 of late Mr. and Mrs. Bitrus Dusa, and my name is Bitrus Lawrence Garki. My native name is Atafache, but I'm popularly known as BLG or FCT first son. Political background, started as a techie, working for political parties and organizations, and venture into civil society organization, where I worked with youth organization, cultural advocacy organization, canvassing and promoting the rights of the indigenous people of FCT, and these rights border around marginalization, land compensation, lack of representation at several arms of government, and so on and so forth. And political journey, now credited to my participation to the agitation of the NSAS protests, where youth clamor for a lot of ills about the government, and where we took up to the street to talk about our grievances and some of the things we felt government needed to do better.
That's nice.
And from there henceforth, we decided to form a group and a coalition that would call a ballot revolution, which is the mission was to move our grievances as the youth to the ballot by means of making sure that we canvass and support the candidacy of the presidential candidates that would meet our demands. So I'm happy today. I'm a bona fide member of APC, even though I've been with it from inception. Even though I've been with APC from inception, but not at the front line actually. And luckily today, I happen to be one of the very key stakeholders in FCT, and not just in FCT, but also part of the highest decision-making body in the Federal Capital Territory Administration. And I occupy the position of the Mandate Secretary, Area Council Services Secretariat in states. And for our viewers that might not know, in state, this is more or less like a Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftain CFS.
Thank you so much, sir, for the introduction, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. So my first question for you, sir, is how is the Area Council Service Secretariat translating President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda into tangible improvement across the 6 FCT area councils?
Oh, yes. You're very much aware that when the president came into power, he had set up some sort of delivery unit and coordinating committee that was headed by the Secretary General of the Federation, where the president had 8-point agenda, which is the presidential priority. There were 8 of them. And at the Area Council Services Secretariat, we are a secretariat in charge of the administration, supervision, and coordination of the services that are offered by the local government to the people, or services that are offered to the people at the area council. We also have an oversight function of presiding over the affairs of the traditional institution of FCT, where we have 17 chiefdoms, and that also extends to the over 858 communities that are domiciled in the 17 chiefdoms within the 6 area councils. So, for lack of better words, the Area Council Service Secretariat is the grassroots secretariat. So, in the presidential priorities, we are able to create a link between the state and area councils, or in this sense, the grassroots. So we're able to offer the administrative services, supervising services, and also the coordinating role in making sure that these priorities are met at the grassroots level. So you can also call us the connecting dot to the grassroots. So we extend the capacity of the state to the area councils and chiefdom, and also the capacity of the chiefdoms and the area councils to the state. So you can see.
So can we also call you grassroots leaders?
Yes. So like I said, we're the grassroots secretariat.
Right. So how does your leadership as a mandate secretary align with the renewed hope agenda, particularly at the grassroots level?
Oh yes, you are very, very sure that the very first layer, or the first layer you can use to judge or criticize any government policy or direction or administration is usually from the area councils level. Yes. You're correct. If government is doing well, it has to translate at the grassroots. If it is not, it has to be from that point. So from the point of view, or from our own mandates at the Area Council Service Secretariat, what we do is to make sure that we bring some of these demands through the area councils to the state, and then make sure that we help the state coordinate and tailor-make these solutions, or drive the dividend of democracy to the people. And it's very important to note that the role of the Area Council Service Secretariat, we're not necessarily an implementing secretariat. We're more of a coordinating secretariat. So what this means is that we can get feedbacks from the communities that border around education, health, service delivery, agriculture, so on and so forth. So what we do now is that we get this feedback through our several departments and agencies, and help the state, the secretariat, which is the SDA, State Department and Agency, to understand these demands better, and make sure that when they are profiling the solution, they meet to the right people, and then we stay in between all of it to make sure that he who needs to get what he's supposed to get.
Really nice. So well done.
Yeah.
Under the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, what key reforms are you implementing to ensure transparency, accountability, and efficient delivery in the area councils?
Oh yes, there are a lot of reforms, to be candid with you, particularly here in FCT. Let me start with one of the big ones, the one we have celebrated very well, which is the local government autonomy. This reform guarantee and ensure that the local government have their financial autonomy, which means the resources can move from the federal government straight to the local government. So this is very important at the local government or at the third tier of government because it cut away any form of delays, giving role for the local government to be able to drive development directly to the grassroots. And remember, I said it earlier that to feel any impact of the government, you will testify from what the grassroots is actually saying. So this is one of the reforms. And here in FCT, under the leadership of Barrister Wike, we've experienced a very good synergy and symbiotic relationship between the area councils and the local government and the state government. Through the Secretariat, we've been able to facilitate some very laudable projects, some that has got to do with infrastructural development. Sometime in 2023, we had written to the FCT minister and then making very profound claims that poverty, illiteracy, and underdevelopment is largely within the indigenous communities, which is the grassroots communities. And there's a need to close the gap and make sure that there's an even distribution of opportunities and development within the grassroots. And the Honorable Minister, within his own wisdom, and he's graciously asked us to liaise with the area councils to make sure that we get the priority roads, which is the roads that are very, very important and crucial to the area councils. So that link and that communication and that channel has given birth to over 200 kilometers roads that have been constructed across the 6 area councils. I need to say that again. 200, nothing less than 200 kilometers road that has been constructed across the 6 area councils. And when you look at it, we're not just talking about roads. We're talking about a solution that has curbed insecurity within the area councils, that have guaranteed rapid development of the satellite towns, that has also improved service delivery to those rural areas, and that has also improved the economic value of the area councils as well. So these are some of the reforms I think.
I must say, sir, that the area councils, the secretariats, are very, very much included in the impact and the growth of this country. Well done.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. So what measurable change should residents expect to see under the administration within the next 1 to 2 years?
We're happy with what is happening. And the evidence are out there that we are decentralizing the city center by driving development across the 6 area councils. In my own wisdom and my own thinking, I expect that we have been able to see rapid development within the infrastructure across the FCT. I think it will be a very great thing to see that we begin to have shared opportunities and share information sharing. When I mean information, data sharing, we need to, as a government or as a people, get involved in data gathering, data organizing, data sharing, and data accessibility. What I mean is that we need to figure out how we can use data to drive development to the people. So it's very, very crucial at this point in time because it is with the data that we have that we can be able to provide solution. And why am I saying this is that government does not have unlimited resources at a time.
Yes.
So we must make sure that resources go to the priority projects or priority needs, things that are very, very key to us. And the only way we can tell it is when we have very good data or very quality and rich data that can let us know that yes, this is where our intervention and resources should be focused on at a particular given point in time. Bearing in mind the scarce resources that we actually do have.
So what strategies are you deploying to ensure that development reaches rural communities and indigenous population in the FCT?
A very simple strategy is citizen approach strategy, where we've been able to set up what we call community engagement team. This comprises of over 858 community leaders within the 6 area councils. So what we've been able to do is that we've been able to train these people to collect information and also share information with us. And we also leverage on that structure, because that structure touches every nook and cranny of FCT, to disseminate information and also distribute opportunities across the 6 area council. So this strategy for me is a ground-up strategy because it is people focused and comprises of community leaders at every community block, where we are getting real-time information about what is actually happening in every community within the network. So for me, I think you cannot be profiling solution to people that you are not in touch with. So through our community engagement team, we are sure of getting credible information and also reliable information.
How is your office collaborating with area council chairmen to address critical issues such as education, primary healthcare, sanitation, and youth unemployment?
Oh yes, you would agree with me that there is a relationship between the national, subnational, and also the local government. So, because government is a collective effort, and in our own case, we don't just stop there, we also move it down to civil society organization. So for Area Council Service Secretariat, like I said, we're trying as much as we can to make sure that we increase or we extend the capacity of the state to the local government and the capacity of the local government to the state. So how do we do that? Is that there are situations where we have seen, particularly in the, let's say, education, where there was an increment in the wages and the salaries of teachers. This was too much to the allocations that the area councils were getting. And as a result of that, they had so much backlogs and arrears to be able to cover. We saw a situation where we were able to mitigate, and the FCTA graciously, with the approval of the Honorable Minister, was able to come in and help the area council to offset certain bills. We've also seen that at the security, service delivery security, for instance, now, where area council do not have the funding to be able to acquire certain equipment. The state is able to come into that play and do that. We've also worked to collect data and information about schools and infrastructures that are dilapidated across the FCT. And through the Education Secretariat, the state is able to also intervene and rehabilitate and also construct nothing less than 29 schools within the area councils. Now, the good thing is that these schools and this primary health care are not suggested by the state. Neither are they the responsibility of the state. But the state, being a bigger brother in government, just like we have federal government intervention for state also intervene, and local government is able to intervene within the area council. Like the minister will often says that whenever a local government is having issues, they don't see the local government in FCT, they just say the FCT, even when it is not reflected. So in such cases, we have to come in and see that we assist.
So let's get to your appointment, the FCT director of the City Boy Movement. Mm-hmm. With your appointment as the FCT director of the City Boy Movement, how do you intend to mobilize youth to actively support governance and national development?
Oh yes, it's a very laudable appointment and I'm excited about it. Reason because of the task we have ahead.
Yes.
And how challenging and exciting as well it is to be able to do this. For us, it's very simple. The strategy is the same. And we're going to make use of all the constitutional means and digital avenues that are out there for us to be able to see how to get down to the youth. For now, what we have done is to make sure that we have representation from the ward level to the area council level to the zonal level. We have state coordinators and we have state units, which is more like the technical arm, and then I sit up there as the state director. So what we have been able to do is to make sure that we appoint youths into leadership position or to hold this position, youths that have capacity, that have influence, that understand the position of the government and what the government has done for the youth demography in this country, particularly here in FCT. These youth, we have given them this responsibility to be able to charge and move this cause forward. And we're going to be having lots of town halls meetings, some empowerment, connecting youth to some of the opportunities that are out there in government, because a lot of these initiatives and other things are out there, but because we lack information to be able to tap into them. So this is what we are also going to be doing to make sure that we cut corners from those misinformation.
So with this, can you send a shout out to all the city boys out there?
If you know you're a city boy,
boys himself.
city boys, city girls, we all one, you know what I mean? So my name is Bitrus Lawrence Garki. I'm the FCT director for City Boy here in FCT.
So what role will the City Boy movement be playing in promoting political awareness, civil responsibilities, leadership among FCT youth?
Oh yes, we have diverse role. Because we're youth, we're trying to be very creative.
Yeah.
In the coming days, we are hoping to take on the burning topic right now, which is the new tax bill. So there've been a lot of misinformation around that. So we've been very creative about it to figure out how we can be able to make sure that we reach as much youth as we can with the right information. And before we do that, we want to do that in an entertaining way.
Yes.
So we are organizing an FCTA Council Cup 2.0, and that will be done in promotion of the tax reform bill. And we're seeking partnership with the National Inland Revenue Services and also the National Sports Commission, so that we can be able to talk about this while the football matches are ongoing. The fans are able to get enlightenment. We share pamphlet, flyers that gives them critical information and factual information about what the tax law is about. So we have that on the side, and that we're anticipating to reach close to 50,000 to 100,000 with that initiative.
That is really interesting.
Yes. So we're also going to go through the 6 area councils, because we want to have town hall meetings where we can shed light and a light on some of the achievements, particularly here in FCT. We've achieved so much. We've never had anybody under 35 who has sit in the highest decision-making body here in FCT. So I sit today as an evidence for that, and kudos to His Excellency and the President Bola, Ahmed Tinubu, for his youth initiative. He promised this, and we have seen it. It's not just me, we've seen that across.
I think in this administration, a lot of youth have been included.
You get so
that's really nice.
So we started the administration with 2 youth ministers, very young people that are under 40. That has not happened before. Here in FCT as well, we've never had a secretariat dedicated to youth affairs. We have that now, and kudos to the minister. We also have a secretariat dedicated to women and children affairs, which was never in existence, and we have all that. So for us, these are some of the things we need to be able to put out there and amplify, so that Nigerians and young people can also know that this is what the government has done, and this is why we are strongly standing behind President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for him to continue until 2031.
So how do you plan to bridge the gap between government policies, youth understanding, participation, and trust?
Basically transparency, I'll take for instance, I was even the director for City Boy FCT. And the first thing I did was to sit down and understand the vision.
Yes.
And upon doing that, I decided that before carrying out any form of advocacy and all of that, it was good to get the input of stakeholders and create a structure. And the structure has to be transparent, which means we in FCT here, we have 9 tribes. We have to factor that to consideration. We also have non-native, which is over the 704 local government. We have to factor that in. And in every layer of the organogram, we have to ensure that we have gender, religion, ethnic, and also zoning system, to make sure that there's an even representation of the several divides that we have across featured in that. So that way you look at a structure and you find women, you're sure that they will stand in for the women folks. You look at the structure, you can see natives and non-natives. you're sure that their rights will be protected. You look at a structure, you can see the zones and the area councils are also factored in. And not just that, they recognize the religious bodies here, which is the Christian and Muslim religion, is also represented within that structure. So for me, it's about transparency. So every aspect of government should be able to be accountable and be transparent, and that's how you'll be able to build trust.
I appreciate your leadership style, like
Thank
I've
you.
always said before.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I really want to say a very big thank you to you for, understanding the vision behind the City Boy movement.
Thank you.
I know that in every administration or every position a person sets, you need to understand what that position is all about before you start to take actions.
Yeah.
So what opportunities exist for young professionals, volunteers, grassroots youth groups to partner with the City Boy movement in FCT?
A lot of opportunities, I know. One thing I'll tell people is that City Boy by today stand as a generational force, the most influential youth-led support group and the largest in the sub-Saharan Africa as we speak. And this is a platform that whatever you have, talent and skills that you have, you are not just going to be working, but you're going to be recognized. We're having this podcast right now in the name of City Boy as well.
Yes.
And I can guarantee you that every youth leader across the state is going to see this content. So what better opportunities are we going to have than this, than having to work and showcase your talent and skill in a recognized and credible platform? So for me, is that we're open to all. We know what our mission are. We know what our visions are. So we're calling on talented young folks. We're also calling on those skilled and unskilled. You all have a role in this place. And City Boy has the capacity and the structure to be able to accommodate every other person. So we're looking forward to integrate, absorb, collaborate, and partner with individuals and support groups as well.
So youths that are listening, the mandate secretary is saying that there's an opportunity, endless opportunity for you. You just need to bring it to the table. Don't be scared. You have to be passionate about what you do. You have to be confident. Just bring it up and you have a seat on the table. So as one of the youngest leaders in FCT, what leadership value guides your decision in the public service?
One of the very key, I think there should be like two of them. Or one of the key one is that as a young person, we must be able to figure out how to leverage on the energy and the creativity of the young people and synergize it with the wisdom of the elders. So there is a relationship there, and that relationship is what guides me every time. Recognizing that I have the energy, I have the creativity, but I must rely on the wisdom of the elders who have been here before me to make sure that the journey is shorter or to ensure that I don't make mistakes they've made before. So this is one very strong principle that guides me.
What message do you have for Nigerian youth who believes in President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, but are still searching for their space in the nation building?
The message I have is that don't fall to the stereotype and misinformation that you're hearing out there. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a very open leader. He listens and he understands the plight of the youth. And as for the renewed hope agenda, I have said it time with a number, that when we talk about the American dream, they can tell you this.
Yes.
We talk about the Nigerian dream, absolutely.
It is possible.
It's the renewed hope agenda.
Okay.
So that is my message.
All right. So what advice do you have for someone like me that is trying to, build themselves for the outside world leadership and so on?
The only way you get better in leadership is to get involved and participate. So I would encourage young people like yourself to get involved and participate. And the best way to involve yourself is offer to volunteer in cases where they can't pay for your services. And then from there you pick it up. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
So participation is the key to leadership. And that's the best way you're able to grow through the ranks.
What key advice do you have for young people who are listening out there? They have a dream, but they are scared to, bring it out because they feel like, oh, maybe someone is going to steal it. The government is not working. I don't have any opportunity out there, so I better just sit down at home and sleep.
Well, the advice will be your best idea right now is your worst idea ever. And the only guarantee to failure is not giving a try or not taking risks. So you have to try, fail and fail fast, or succeed and hit the bullseye.
Thank you so much, sir,
Thank you.
for honoring this podcast. I really appreciate your presence, and I am hopeful to meet you sometime again.
Hello guys, my name is Bitrus Lawrence Garki. I'm the Managing Secretary of the Council Service Secretariat, popularly known as BLG or FCTA. Today I'm live at Fun Fact with Ómó Pbat.
What is one surprising fun about you that most people in the public service do not know?
I always have fun while working and also figure out a way to work while having fun.
If you weren't in the public service today, what other career do you think Honorable Bitrus Lawrence Garki would excel in?
Straight up. Branding expert, thank you.
What is one code or routine that keeps you energized and focused despite your busy schedules?
What you don't grab, you don't have. Not what you grab, you don't have. So grab it and have it.
When you look back in 10 years from now, what achievements would you say, yes, I truly made an impact?
That changed the world.
How?
Okay, I provide alternative solutions that businesses, people, and communities can continuously.
Lastly, if City Boy Movement is a song, what song would it be? And can you sing to it?
Oh yeah, Bola boy, City boy, that's a life of a city boy. Oh yeah, good.
Come on.
Oh yeah, good. General. Oh yeah, good. Oh yeah, good.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
So this game is more impact game. I call it the impact game. And it's the impact game of Pbat initiative. If you were to play a game to support, to come up with a project, what project would it be?
Judging for the fact that I'm a techie and a branding expert, I think I would like to teach people on how to use Canva. It's a very reliable tool, or the use of AI right now to produce content. For me, I think that's the future. So Canva in terms of communications, graphics and all of that. So we see a lot of messages that are wrongly interpreted. So I like to support at least 20%.
So what would the name of the project be?
Particularly teenagers actually. So let's say teen can design. Teen can design. So like a teen can design. I think I like that. And then I'm going to be supporting on behalf of City Boy, 20 youths to learn Canva skill professionally. So thank you.